Hey, welcome back to Postal Barbecue. I'm Jabin Postal, and today at the grill we're smoking up a delicious pork loin on the pit barrel cooker and finishing it off with a pineapple barbecue sauce. And just like always, I'm going to put all the show notes for you in the description box below, so make sure to click down there to see everything that you need for this recipe. Also, if you like what we're doing on this channel, consider subscribing for more great barbecue recipes, tutorials, and reviews. And other than that, let's get into the cook. As I said, welcome back to Postal Barbecue. Appreciate you being here. Today we're going to be smoking up this delicious pork loin on the pit barrel cooker, and we're going to be utilizing pineapple today and making a delicious pineapple barbecue sauce that's going to go really great with this pork loin. And so there's not much to actually do to prepare this pork loin, but we are going to inject it with some pineapple juice first, just to get some flavor, some of that pineapple flavor into the inside of this pork loin. This is going to provide some flavor. It's also going to help provide a little bit of moisture and hydration for this pork loin as it cooks, because pork loin is one of those cuts that doesn't have as much internal fat, which means there's more of a chance for it to come out dry if you don't cook it properly. And so today we're shooting for an internal temperature of around 142 on this pork loin, so that it can rest up to around 145 to 147, which for me is just my ideal temperature that I like to cook my pork loin to. So to prepare this pork loin, you'll notice that there's a little bit of fat, even a little bit of silver skin underneath that fat. I find that with pork loin, it doesn't really matter if you take it on or take it off. I've never really had an issue with it. If you want to take it off, go for it. But what we're going to do, just to make this cut a little bit more manageable to work with, I'm going to just cut it right in half. And this is going to leave us with two about 3.5 pound sections of our pork loin. And so now we're going to inject it with our pineapple juice. And so I'm going to be hanging it upright like this in the pit barrel cooker, which means I want all of those holes to be going in this direction, so that it's not going to just drain out. It's going to have a harder time exiting that pork loin. Do a few more. All right, there we go. Our pork loin is injected with that pineapple juice. And so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to season it up. And today I'm going to be using my Postal Barbecue Original Rub. This goes really great on pork, guys. And so we're just going to load this up. We'll be fairly generous with it. Make sure we get all the sides on this guy. All right, there we go. And so just like that, our pork loin is all done, prepared, ready to go. And so let's go ahead and get the pit barrel cooker set up for cooking. So to set up our pit barrel today, I filled up the charcoal basket about 3/4 of the way full, and then placed that into the bottom of the pit barrel cooker. And then I filled up my small chimney starter with unlit briquettes and got them fully lit before pouring them into the pit barrel on top of those unlit coals that we placed into our charcoal basket. I then placed the rebar back in and then closed the lid and let the pit barrel come up to temperature. With our pit barrel all set up and ready to go, let's finish off getting this pork loin prepped by placing in our hooks. And so, like I said earlier, we're going to be hanging this on from the top here. So I'm going to take my hook, just going to place that all the way through, just like that. The next one, again, we're going about 1.5 inches down from the top there. Go. And then we're going to also take our meter plus. We're going to place that into the center. There we go. All right, and so our hooks are in, our meter plus is in both to monitor the internal temperature as well as the ambient temperature. And that's one of the reasons why I love using the meter plus in the pit barrel, is because there's no wires that need to go through the holes that the rebar are in. It's simple and easy and just makes a lot of sense. And so with it all ready to go, let's get it into the pit barrel. Okay, we'll grab the first one, place that on the side, the front there. We'll grab the second one, place that in there as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in some cherry wood blocks. These are from Wildwood Grilling, and so place that in to the barrel. Then we're going to close the lid and we're going to begin cooking this until it reaches the internal temperature of around 143 degrees. And just prior to that, we're going to glaze it with that pineapple barbecue sauce that we're going to make. To prepare our barbecue sauce, we don't actually need a whole lot of ingredients, which is really nice when it comes to barbecue sauce. And so we're going to start out by placing 1 cup of ketchup into our saucepan. And then to that, we're also going to add in about 1 cup of pineapple juice. All right, there we go. And so the next thing we're going to add in is 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And this is just going to help pull the sweetness out of that pineapple and really complement that flavor that's already in there. So place that into your saucepan as well. And then to that, we're going to add in 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. And then to that, we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of molasses. Just dump that in there. There we go. And then lastly, we're going to add in some of our seasonings. And to this, we have 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and lastly, 1 teaspoon of black pepper. And so we're going to sprinkle that in there as well. And then we're going to turn on the heat because we want to cook this down a little bit. We want to reduce that pineapple juice that's in there just to the consistency that we want. And as it reduces, it's going to sweeten up a little bit, giving us a nice sweet barbecue sauce. All right, so with this turned on, I have it on about a low heat just to bring it up to a nice simmer slowly. And so we're going to mix this together now. All right, there we go. And so this sauce has been simmering on low for about 5 minutes now. And so let's just go ahead and give it a little taste just to see if it's missing anything. Oh yeah, that's good. So we've been smoking these pork loins in the pit barrel cooker for about 1 hour and 15 minutes now, and our Meter Plus app just notified me that the internal temperature is around 130 degrees with about 10 to 15 minutes left in its cooking time. And so this is the perfect time to open up the grill and give our pork loin some sauce. Look at that. Whoa, it's got some nice color. Okay, so let's get our sauce, and we're just gonna cover this. We'll just drizzle it on a bit. There we go. Place this one back in. We'll pull out the next one. And then we'll quickly close up that lid and we'll let that sauce set up for, about 10 minutes or so until our internal temperature gets to around 143. Then at that point, we're going to pull it off to get ready for the taste test. So after about 1 hour and 40 minutes total cooking time, this pork loin is all finished. It smells so good. You can really smell that cherry wood that we put in there to add that smoky flavor that we're looking for with this pork loin. The color on the outside is absolutely amazing. And so really there's only one thing left to do is to cut it open and give it a taste. So let's do that. I'm gonna cut it right in the middle. Let's see this. Look at that. Wow. You can see there's a nice little smoke ring around there. The inside is incredibly juicy. We did inject it with that pineapple juice. And so there's just a ton of moisture in the inside of this pork loin. All right, let's go for the taste test. Wow. Oh my goodness. It's literally just melting in my mouth. There's so much flavor, there's so much moisture. I can't believe how much moisture there is in this from that pineapple juice injection. Oh my goodness, this is incredible. All right, so as you know, I really enjoy pork loin. Pork loin is probably one of my favorite things to cook. It's inexpensive, it doesn't take a lot of time, and the results are like this. They're absolutely wonderful. This slice that we cut off earlier is literally dripping with moisture, but when you taste it, the thing that you notice right away is that sweetness and that fruitiness from that barbecue sauce, and then you get a little bit of that spice from that barbecue rub coming through to really balance it all together. It's smoky, it's tender, and incredibly juicy, full of flavor. This is one of those recipes that you don't want to miss out, so make sure to try this one out. It's tender, juicy, and full of flavor. This smoked pork loin with that pineapple barbecue sauce is gonna be a hit for sure. Hey, if you wanna see more barbecue videos just like this one, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell. Also, special thank you to all my Patreons out there who help support this channel each week. Until next time, keep that fire lit and get cooking.